welcome everybody today. We are so happy to be here because it is such an amazing step and a great initiative. I'm Maureen Kyle with Channel 3, and Lynn asked me to be here, and I appreciate being involved because this is the phase I'm in, reading to kids all the time. So the two little ones who are here are mine. Millie is right up front. She's 3. Can you raise your hand, Mill? There you go. She brought her favorite book, but we're going to look at the other books. And then Etta is 8 months, and Lynn is holding her. I have a 5-year-old who's in kindergarten right now, and Millie was very concerned that Scarlett, her older sister, is missing out. She doesn't want to miss out on books because we read so much at home. And I was very lucky as a child. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. If you know me, you know my parents teach at Ignatius. My mom was a stay-at-home when I was little. My dad, we were on a teacher's salary as a family of 6, and I never knew that we didn't have that much money other than, dinners were just like plain spaghetti. But we had books, and we had a ton of books, and we read all the time because my dad is an English teacher. And that foundation of reading to us and telling stories, we grew up to go on to, I think we grew up to do great things. My brother's a teacher. My sister teaches art. She went to NYU. My other sister is a writer in Hollywood. So we went on to very literacy-based careers with great imaginations, and I attribute it all to the reading that my parents did when we were little. And it wasn't just reading. It was reading with enthusiasm, and it was reading with character voices and building our imagination and our creative thinking. And as I do stories with Channel 3 and we talk about the screen time that kids are now exposed to, all of the experts weigh in and say when you don't read to kids and they just have a screen, they don't build the creative thinking, the critical thinking, and their imagination. So having parents read, I don't need to preach to everybody here. We know that having kids read to when they're this age and when they're young is so key. So that's why I'm so excited to be here with Reach Out and Read. And just so that you know, Reach Out and Read does help families in our area create the language-rich environment for a young child by giving literacy guidance and training to pediatric medical providers with new, not used, not ripped, not taped together, age-appropriate books to give to families to encourage reading to their child. And just to give you an idea, it's in 33 clinics right now, and in 2018, they were able to give away 30,000 books to families. So the reason that we're gathering here today is I know in my experience working with all 3 hospitals that we have, the 3 amazing hospitals that we have here, there's not many collaborations. So the fact that the hospitals are coming together to collaborate on this to get books to young kids is very, very groundbreaking. So at this point, I want to introduce Mayor Frank Jackson, who has the proclamation for us this afternoon.
Good afternoon. I want to congratulate the Reach Out to Read program on its 30th anniversary. 30 years is some time to do something and have it persist for that period of time. So I want to congratulate them on that, and also want to thank the partners who have come together at this juncture to ensure their success. As was mentioned, having 3 major hospitals come together and to recognize this as an initiative that they should be supportive of, it really speaks to the fact that the need for success here, because everything that we've done and we've been successful at as a city, we've done as one community, and we put aside our self-interest, our organizational or institutional interest, and we've done it for the community at large. So again, I want to congratulate Reach Out to Read, and also thank the partners for their involvement in ensuring that this is a successful program. I have this proclamation. I won't read it, but it is a proclamation that says it is in recognition of the 30th anniversary of Reach Out and Read. Dr. Needleman. Where's, there he is, right there. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Mayor, thank you very much. At this time, we're going to hear from representatives from each of the hospitals, and it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Akram Boutros, President and CEO of Metro Health.
So the program is 30 years old, which is a couple of years older than me, but it's only been at Metro Health for only 20 years. There's a wonderful recognition that reading books not only improves communication because children learn how to better express themselves and ask questions, but it's that face time that they have with adults that help them open their mind. It's a clear way to demonstrate to somebody, a child, immutably that you care for them. If you spend time with them and sit and read with them, they instinctively know that you care about them. So Metro Health began this program and almost 20 years ago became participating. And what we decided to do at one of our centers in Broadway is to create a learning room. And we decided to utilize not only books, but also partner with WVIZ and utilize technology to also help with age-appropriate children, to take the experience of learning and reading constantly. When I first came to Metro Health, I saw that we had signs on the books that said, "Please take me, please take one," right? And I'm used to all sorts of health systems is, do not take this, this is the property of the organization. And so I got to ask Dr. Needleman, and he said, well, why do you think we have books in the waiting room? I said, so kids can read it. And he goes, so don't you want them to read at home? I'm like, sounds like a really smart idea to send them home with the books. And he explained to me how we keep replenishing the books. I have to tell you, I am delighted that the Cleveland Clinic and University Hospitals are partners in this. We understand that truly the children are our future and that we need to be able to give them and arm them in the best possible way to be successful. What I think Reach Out and Read does better than anything else is connect every individual, every child to an opportunity for great achievement and outcome. It doesn't matter what your status in life, your socioeconomic status, what's available to you and what is not available to you. The idea of actually learning from a very early age and interacting with adults who care about you is a great pathway to the future. So we're delighted to participate in the program, to support it. We're very proud to have Dr. Needleman be a part of the Metro Health system. But I'm also just as thankful to our partners at University Hospitals and Cleveland Clinic for participating with Reach Out and Read. So again, thank you for being here and for celebrating the 30th year for Reach Out and Read and giving us the opportunity to do our part.
Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Rupa Thakur, pediatrician with the Cleveland Clinic Children's.
Thank you. Cleveland Clinic Children's is tremendously grateful to Reach Out and Read of Greater Cleveland for their generosity and thank you. Generosity and commitment to sharing the gift of literacy. In 1998, the Reach Out and Read program was started at Cleveland Clinic Children's Hospital for rehabilitation. And over the last 20 years, we've expanded that program to 8 of our pediatric care locations and distributed more than 139,000 books to our patients and families. In 2018 alone, we put books and hope in the hands of nearly 10,000 children. When we provide a free book to a child, we're making an investment in their future. Countless studies have shown that building literacy and language skills at a young age helps children learn and thrive later in life. Thank you, Reach Out and Read, as well as our partners at University and Metro, for the opportunity to promote early literacy in our exam rooms. We're truly honored and humbled to be a part of this program. Thank you.
And at this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Robert Needleman, who is pediatrician at Metro Health, author of the 3 most recent Dr. Spock's Baby and Children's Care editions, so I could probably learn a lot from you. I might need to put you on speed dial. And co-founder of Reach Out and Read and board chairman of Reach Out and Read Greater Cleveland.
Thank you very much. Mayor Jackson, thank you for that very, very gracious speech that you just gave. Dr. Boutros, wouldn't be here without you. Really very grateful. We've been doing Reach Out and Read here in Cleveland for 20 odd years. And when I say we, I mean me, along with a group of really devoted, completely selfless doctors, nurses, therapists, librarians, and just people who have been associated with all of the health care institutions in town. From the beginning, our ethic was, we're in it together. We don't care which institution the child belongs to. A child needs this support. And that's been maybe for me the most positive and wonderful thing about Reach Out and Read. We were also a very decidedly amateur organization. We had no staff. And because we had no staff, we were limited in what we could achieve. 3 years ago, with great help from many of the people here, we were able to secure a grant from the Bruning Foundation that allowed us to hire a highly effective coordinator who is now making Reach Out and Read not just a good idea throughout Cleveland and Cuyahoga County, but actually a really good reality. So we've gone from hardy volunteers to now being an effective organization. And today marks the next step for us in that we are taking the step from being a startup with our new coordinator to now being established. And we're established because of a commitment from Metro Health, from Rainbow Babies and Children's, and from the Cleveland Clinic to all essentially continue the investment in Reach Out and Read, understanding that this is an important part of the care that the children that we all serve in Cleveland get. So with that in mind, woohoo, this is a fantastic time and I'm so grateful to all of you. I particularly want to call out representatives of the Bruning Foundation and Janine Gergel for having started us going, of the Literacy Cooperative, Bob Papinetti and Emily Campbell. There you are. PNC, Grow Up Great, Meg Murphy. Pre for Clee, Katie Kelly and Michelle Canavino, great partners with us. Barnes & Noble Booksellers, Kelly Kashmerek has been very helpful and continues to support our work. And the Reach Out and Read Greater Cleveland Board of Trustees who are here, and many others of you who I am so delighted that you're here to celebrate. And with that, I'll wrap it up. We have pictures and cookies and books. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful occasion.
Again, thank you for everything, for everybody showing up today and supporting this organization. And as somebody who's in the news, I look forward to hearing more about your collaborations and how it's affecting children just like mine, who has spent the entire time reading Goodnight Moon and analyzing it. When I see that happening, we know that every child around that age deserves those moments of looking through the books, looking through the pictures, and expanding their imagination. So, like Dr. Needleman said, stick around, read the books, and eat some cookies. Thanks, everyone.